Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Christine, and today we're going to dive into something very important for beginners. If you're just starting out with English, this video is for you. I'm going to teach you how to speak in complete sentences. Sounds simple, right? But trust me, this is important if you want to communicate clearly and confidently. You see, speaking in complete sentences is like having the right tools to build a house. You need a good foundation. And once you understand how to use verbs and structure your sentences correctly, you'll be able to speak naturally and express yourself better. So grab a pen, grab some paper, and let's break something down together step by step. If you're a beginner, stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll be able to use verbs and form sentences. Let's get started. So let's start with the basics. A verb is simply an action word. It tells you what's happening in the sentence. Without them, you literally can't make a sentence. For example, I eat breakfast. Here, eat is the verb. It's telling us what I'm doing. She runs every morning. The verb runs shows what she is doing. Verbs are essential in making your sentences meaningful. Without a verb, your sentence won't express any clear action or idea. Basically, if it's something you can do, like run, jump, write, cook, dance, then it's an action or verb. But verbs aren't just about actions. They also show states of being or conditions. For example, she is tired. The verb is doesn't show action but connects the subject she with the state tired. They have a car. The verb have tells us about possession. So verbs help convey both actions and states. Okay, so be verbs can also be used in different tenses. Present tense. I am tired. She is nice. They are busy. Past. He was my teacher. We were at home. Future. She will be here soon. All right, let's talk about verb tenses. And don't worry, we'll make this simple. Verb tenses are just a way of telling us when something happens, whether it's in the past, present, or future. Understanding verb tenses is key because it helps you describe actions clearly. Whether you're talking about something that happened yesterday, something you're doing right now, or something that will happen tomorrow. Verb tenses give us that time context. Let's break it down step by step. Present tense. The present tense is used when you're talking about things that are happening right now or things that are generally true, like facts, routines, and habits. Examples. I eat breakfast at 7 a.m. She runs every morning. The sun rises in the east. This one's simple. For most verbs, you don't need to change anything. Just use the base form. But for he, she, or it, we add s or es to the verb. So, he eats. She runs. It works. Past tense. Now let's talk about the past tense. This is for actions that already happened. Examples. I ate lunch at noon. She ran to the store yesterday. For regular verbs, you just add ed to the verb. Play, played. Watch, watched. Walk, walked. However, irregular verbs don't follow this rule. So you'll need to memorize those. For example, eat, ate, go, went, buy, bought. While regular verbs are pretty straightforward, irregular verbs can be a bit difficult. There's no pattern to them. You just have to remember them. But as you read, write, and speak more, you'll start seeing those irregular forms more often. And they'll stick. Future tense. So the future tense is used when talking about things that haven't happened yet, but will happen in the future. Examples. I will eat later. She will run tomorrow. To form the future tense, we add will before the verb. The formula is simple. Will plus verb. She will study. They will travel next year. I will call you later. No need to change anything about the verb itself. Will takes care of that for you. It's as simple as that. Present continuous. Okay, so present continuous is used when something is happening at this very moment. Examples. I am eating right now. She is running at the park. To form the present continuous, you just need two things. A form of the verb to be, which is am, is, or are. The main verb with ing at the end. So you get sentences like, I am talking. They are studying. She is watching TV. This tense is perfect when you want to describe something that's actively happening right now. For example, if someone asks, what are you doing right now? You can respond with, I am eating dinner. This lets you explain what's going on in the present moment. So once you understand verbs, the next step is to learn how to form complete sentences. The basic sentence structure is actually quite simple, and it's the foundation for everything you'll build on English. The basic structure is subject plus verb plus object. Subject, verb, object. So let's break that down. So subject, this is who or what is doing the action. It could be a person, thing, or even an idea. Verb, this is the action that's happening in the sentence. It tells us what the subject is doing. Object, the object is the person, thing, or idea that the action is happening to or affecting. Not every sentence has an object, but many do. Let's look at an example. I eat pizza. In this sentence, I is the subject, eat is the verb, pizza is the object. The subject is the person or thing performing the action. The verb tells us what's happening, and the object is what receives the action. Once you've got the basic structure down, the next step is to expand your sentences to make them more informative and clear. You can do this by adding extra details like time, place, or manner. This will help paint a clearer picture for the listener or reader. Okay, for example, let's expand on a simple sentence, I eat pizza. I eat pizza every Friday. Now we've added time, every Friday, which gives us more information about when the action happens. She plays soccer at the park. Here we've added plays, at the park, to show us where the action is happening. They study English in the morning. This time we added both time and place, in the morning and English, giving us a more complete idea of the action. By adding these details, you can give the person you're speaking to much more information, making your sentences sound more natural and complete. However, when you're just starting, it's important to focus on the basic structure first before adding too many details. You want to make sure your sentences are clear and correct. Once you're comfortable with that, then you can begin adding extra details to make your speech more interesting and varied. All right, so to wrap things up, learning verbs and sentence structure is honestly going to give you such a strong foundation. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to put sentences together pretty easily. It'll make a big difference when you're speaking or writing, and yeah, the more you practice, the more confident you're going to feel about it. Trust me. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and like, subscribe, and of course, leave a comment if you have any questions or want to learn something else. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Keep practicing, okay?